Have you ever wondered how a loving God can become so grieved, so filled with pain, that he decides to cleanse the world entirely? This is a difficult question, but it is one we'll wrestle with today. As we delve into Genesis chapter 6, the first part of the story of the flood. Let's start with Genesis 6:1-2. It reads, "When men began to increase in number on the earth and daughters were born to them. The sons of God saw that the daughters of men were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose." The phrase sons of God often refers to angelic beings, suggesting an unnatural union that crossed divine boundaries. Now imagine, if you will, a garden where exotic and delicate plants are forced to grow with invasive, harmful species. It's a stark, visual representation of the disruption caused by these unnatural unions. Next, in Genesis 6:3, the Lord says, "My spirit will not contend with man forever, for he is mortal. His days will be 120 years. Just as a parent can only tolerate a misbehaving child for so long. God sets a limit on human lifespan as a consequence of humanity's continuous disobedience. Genesis 6:4 speaks of the Nephilim. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days. And also afterward when the sons of God went to the daughters of men and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown. Then we reach Genesis 6:5-7, where the Lord saw how great man's wickedness on the earth had become, and that every inclination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil all the time. The Lord was grieved that he had made man on the earth, and his heart was filled with pain." Imagine the deep sorrow you'd feel if something you cherished, perhaps a priceless heirloom, was used for harmful purposes. This was God's grief, magnified exponentially, as he observed the wickedness of humanity. Yet there's hope in Genesis 6:8. "But Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord." Noah was the beacon of righteousness in a sea of wickedness. Lastly, Genesis 6:9-10 describes Noah as a righteous man, blameless among his people, and as someone who walked with God. He had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Imagine the profound respect you'd feel for a person who maintains their integrity, despite everyone else indulging in wrongdoings. Noah was such a person. Through these verses, we see a God who, in his holiness, cannot ignore sin, but in his love, provides a way of salvation for mankind. The story of Noah shows that while God's justice is necessary, his mercy is abundant. If you found this video insightful and would like to continue exploring the Bible, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Together, let's journey through these powerful stories, understanding God's glory and his love for us. See you in the next video as we continue this narrative in the book of Genesis.